Hi friends, let us come back with a new lesson and the last lesson in your first year textbook, Conceptual Fruit. And there are two more lessons in that block, but those two lessons we have joined together and made a special note: use and misuse of social media. And all those ideas in those two lessons have been included in this use and misuse of social media in that essay. Right? Now we are moving on to the last lesson, Conceptual Fruit. It is a different lesson. And a father, a loving, caring father, is trying to make his differently abled child happy using this modern technology. Let us go to that note. Are these technological advancements helpful to provide a platform for the disabled to feel normal? This is the human face of innovations, which gives the hopeless people new frontiers of life. And the technological advancements, especially in information technology, it is helpful to give a platform for the differently abled, disabled people to feel normal. How? By using the latest technology. This is the human face of innovations, which gives the hopeless people new frontiers of life. So, this is the human face. This is the merit and benefit and the humanitarian face of these technology we are using presently now. And it gives the helpless people, the hopeless people, new frontiers of life. And our Stephen Hawking was using a particular software to have his ideas printed into books or displayed on screen. Even the supernova of physics, Stephen Hawking made use of this technology for his advancement, for his journey towards that high position in the science field, right? In the story Conceptual Fruit, a 16-year-old girl, Greta, shapes the world around her. And in that story, the main character is Greta, and she is trying to shape her world around her using this computer screen. She is differently abled and she is slow to understand things, and she is learning in a special school. Her loving and caring father tries to use modern technology to make life happier for his specially gifted daughter. And this daughter is specially gifted. Still, she is very slow in understanding things, and that's why she is sent to a special school. And the father is trying to make her happy using this technology, internet, etc. Okay, her father is anxious about her future, and a house of her own is not possible. And father is anxious about her future, what will happen to her in her coming years. And that's why he is a little bit eager to make her a normal person, to take her back to normalcy, and try to give some extra support, an extra parental support to her. A house of her, it may not be possible for her because she is differently abled. And he realizes with a shudder, with a shock, that she is going to end up in an asylum for the destitute. and in her future, there is every chance, it is quite certain that all other people, her relatives, her family members may discard her into an asylum for the destitute. There is a very possibility. So from today onwards, I have to try to take her, to lead her to normalcy. Then only she will be able to do a job and be self-independent, self-reliant. Okay, mother is deliberately engaged in household chores to forget her grief and doesn't expect much from husband's attempt to bring her back to normalcy. And the mother is purposefully engaged, involved in household activities. You know why? To forget her grief. She is worried about the future of her child, this girl, 16-year-old Greta, but she is trying to forget all these things by purposefully, deliberately involving in the household activities. Whenever you look at her, she will be busy with the activities, and she is trying to hide, conceal that terrible feel inside. Though non-living, computer takes the lead role when it created a virtual house for Greta, who relates words and objects through it. The computer is the central character. You can think sometimes. Why? It is not a live object. Still, you can say that computer is taking the lead role. Why? Because it created a virtual house, a house on the screen for Greta, the computer, internet, and the softwares, different applications made a beautiful house on screen, and this house is exclusively for Greta, and Greta is trying to relate words and objects through it, and she is trying to understand words and objects only through the screen of the computer. So computer is an important character in the story. She expects everything to be real on screen. She wants to be everything real on screen. Is it real? Not at all. She wants it to be real, but it doesn't happen. You know why? Because it is not a reality, it is a virtual reality. And she is so attached to her father, but opens her mind to him about the limitations of cyberspace. And she is much attached, she is much close to her father rather than the other members of the family, and the father is trying to spend maximum time with her to bring her happiness, to satisfy her fancy, but opens her mind to him about the limitations of cyberspace. And Greta is skilled and she can understand things. After some days, she came to understand that these are all not real. And there are limitations for cyberspace. And what you see on the screen, it is an illusion. And this understanding is struck inside her, and she opened her mind to her father that these are all not original, these are all fake. I want to have a house of my own to live in. And she is disappointed that she can never use the bathroom and eat the fruits on screen. There is a bathroom designed in that particular house, virtual house, and instantly she said that we need not have a bathroom there in that house because we cannot use it. Why should we have such a bathroom? That means she is good and intelligent. and she cannot eat the fruits on the screen. There are so many fruits created virtually on the screen, but you cannot eat it, and she is quite aware of it. Okay, father is a computer wizard and finds enough time to be with her computer. He's a computer expert. That's why he's using this technology to make her normal. And he is finding enough sufficient time to be with her always. And he is so much patient. A father must be patient to deal with this kind of children, and he is trying to prepare her at least for a word processing job in future. If she has got a job, even if she is getting a meager amount of salary, she can have her own life in future, and at least a word processing job may be appropriate and suitable for her. That's why he is trying his best to prepare her for a simple job. Unlike her brother, he anticipates her misery and finds refuge in technology to improve her life. And her brother, he doesn't mind her, and he goes out, and he's not a computer expert, and he doesn't try to soothe her, comfort her, or to be in company with her, and he goes out, and father anticipates and he foresees her misery in future, her difficulties, her problems she is going to face in her future, and this man is trying to find refuge in the technology that modern times gives us. Okay, so this is the story, a simple story, nothing to worry about. And if there are questions asked from it, you can answer very easily. And maybe it may be the character sketch of Greta, or the character sketch of father, or a small appreciation, something like that. Okay, it may be quite simple for you. Okay.